What's up, everybody? It's your girl, PrettyGrlJu, and yes, I am back with another episode. Today, we're going to get into the topic of sexuality in the WNBA and how it has a negative impact on the association as a whole. Before we get into anything, please make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure to follow me on social media, and if you are feeling generous, you can donate to my Cash App. All of that information is right in front of you on the screen. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and react to this video here that I found on YouTube with Cheryl Swoops and other NBA legends or stars speaking about sexuality and the WNBA. So let's get into it.
Everybody has categorized this whole league as everybody's gay in the WNBA, and they look like boys, and they're manly, and they're no. Everybody's their own individual person. And why are you judging a sport on a sexuality?
The WNBA has an undeniable place in the history of sports glory and activism. However, the best women's professional basketball league in the world still fights for the attention, popularity, and respect they deserve. Now, some of the resistance is twofold. The majority of those women are black, putting the league at the crossroads of combating both sexism and racism. Let's keep it real. WNBA players have put their money where their mouth is and once again stand at the front lines fighting for justice and equality.
I am here with three esteemed women, excellent hoopers and athletes. I have three-time Olympic gold medalist, four-time WNBA champion with the Houston Comets, Cheryl Swoops. Now we take it to another excellent woman herself. We have two-time Olympic gold medalist, five-time WNBA All-Star, newly of the Las Vegas Aces. Angel McCutchery is here as well. What's up, Angel? And finally, one of the up-and-coming young stars of the league, 2018 first-round draft pick, Lexi Brown of the Minnesota Lynx is with us.
Let's keep it real about how the WNBA is portrayed in society with regards to sexuality.
How has sexuality affected the reception and growth of the WNBA?
Everybody has categorized this whole league as everybody's gay in the WNBA, and they look like boys, and they're manly, and they're no. Everybody's their own individual person. And why are you judging a sport on a sexuality? We don't do that in the NBA, and we know that there are different sexualities in the NBA or in the NFL.
We gonna stop right there. Facts. For starters, as someone who grew up playing basketball, and back when I grew up playing basketball, when I got to high school, from middle school to high school, the transition was crazy. And it was crazy because, and this is no offense to anyone that's a part of the LGBTQ community, but I had never seen so many gay people in my life. Like, I had never seen so many gay people in my life. And back then, I was a teenager. I'm 14 years old, and I'm stepping into this, and I'm like, what the I didn't know how to respond to it. Nonetheless, I fit in. You know, I got in where I fit in. It was cool. But, because, you know, I'm a tomboy myself, but I'm not a part of that community. So it wasn't until I got into high school when I learned that the stigma behind female basketball players is that you're gay. And so I had somebody ask me one day, and I knew it was a lie, because I'm like, there's no way you heard this, because it's literally not true. But she was like, I heard that basically you swing that way. I'm like, no, fuck you, you ain't hear no shit like that, baby girl, because I'm still trying to, this is a culture shock, so there's no way I'm licking pussy. I just got here. Like, you know what I mean? So there is this stigma that as a female basketball player that you're gay. And if we are stating facts, we know that there are also there's a thing called undercover. So we know that also applies to other sports, like she mentioned. But let's keep going.
Judge the person on how well they play. We shouldn't even be going there. That's how I feel. But yeah, people are nosy and they want to know, like, oh, who they dating or whatever. This is who I'm dating. Bada bing, bada boom. Do you like the way I play? That's just my view.
I remember when the league first started, and I was pregnant, was married, had my child. The league marketed that like crazy, to Angel's point, right? It was, in a way, Cheryl Swoops, the first family of the WNBA, because it was, when you saw me and my baby, you saw my husband at the time, right? And they were all about that. So to Angel's point, I don't know why they don't do that more. It's become more of a, let's show everybody that we embrace our league being gay. And I think that's sending the wrong message, because as Angel said, not every player in the WNBA is gay, right? You don't hear people going saying, talking about the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball on who's gay, who's straight, because it doesn't really matter. I think
I'm going to stop right there before I let her finish. She mentioned something important. She mentioned how back when she was in the league, everyone was, she was looked at as the first family of the WNBA. Now, look at Cheryl Swoops now. We know that back in her day, LGBTQ wasn't a thing. It was, but you were more so undercover as a woman, and especially as a man, but as a woman, it wasn't something that you just came out willy-nilly and just lived your life freely in. So the whole LGBTQ thing was certainly not a thing back when she was in the WNBA. So of course they're going to promote this first family image. Transition to 2024, where things have changed so much just over the past 10 years. Like I said, when I was in high school, which was longer than 10 years ago, it was new to me, but it still wasn't a major thing. But I felt like at that time, it was slowly but surely becoming a thing. And so now that we're in a different time, I feel like the LGBTQ image is being pushed not only, and like she said, it is sending a wrong message, because you do have straight women who play basketball, for one. Let's just call it thing. You have straight women who play basketball. And it's sending the message that we want these type of women in the league, and we don't care for these type of women in the league. And you could say the same back in her day, but let's keep going.
At some point, what would be great would be for the league to get to a point where it's not a conversation. Like, it shouldn't be a conversation. And judge me. Matter of fact, don't even judge me, because it's not your place to judge me, right? But if you want to watch the league, you want to watch the games because of my talent, right? So I think in a way it does hurt the league, because you have a lot of people or fans out there who say, well, I'm not going to watch the WNBA because, as Angel said, people have this perception.
Exactly. You do not want to turn anybody off. And that's the thing. The thing with the other sports, as she mentioned, compared to the WNBA, sexuality isn't a conversation in other sports unless a major story breaks out about a specific player. But then that story breaks and everybody goes on about their day. But it's like the WNBA makes it, you can tell the energy surrounding the WNBA is it does give off the image that, okay, most of the women or all of the women in this league are gay, they're masculine, they're this, they're that. And so what does that, I mean, you think about it from the outside looking in. If I'm a player coming in as a straight woman, a girly girl who, is into men, plans on getting married, plans on having kids, not a tomboy, but just a straight up baller. And then I'm entering this league with women who, they're women on women action. A lot of them are more masculine. Some of them may be attracted to me. I'm not attracted to them. So maybe there's a little tension between certain, you know what I'm saying? I just think that making sexuality a thing, and maybe it's a thing because it just naturally is in the women's atmosphere. I don't know. But what do you guys think about that? I just think that it's not the image you want to just all out promote. You want to promote all sides of the WNBA because you have so many different fans out there.
That every player in the WNBA is gay, or they all look like boys. And because of that, I think it turns away fans. But if the league would ever get to a point to where they're not really buying into that and just saying, look, this is our league. All of our players are different. Some are married, some are not, some are gay, some are not, some have kids, some don't. Like every other league, it shouldn't even be a conversation.
Right.
So do you guys not like the league supporting and teams having pride days and joining in pride marches? I'm trying to understand.
Not saying that.
Okay.
Who said that? Like, for one, who the fuck said that? Where did she get that from? Like, you could have asked any question. Why would you say that? So you guys don't approve of them? Nobody said anything about the league promoting LGBTQ. What they're saying is, it's as if they are not welcoming to those who are not a part of that community. Like, girl, are you slow?
Very supportive. Guess what? Look, I'm an open book. I've had boyfriends, I've had girlfriends, whatever, right? But all you see blasted, if you Google who I date, it's only the women. Nobody's Google, like, no, there's no pictures of me and my boyfriends. I've had some good-looking boyfriends. Those are not on Google. Why is it only the women I've dated? So
why would that be, though? These are women we're talking about here, you know, because they're trying to promote a certain image within the WNBA. That's why, and it makes no sense, and it's doing a huge disservice to them.
That already goes to show you how I'm being promoted as a WNBA player. Boom, boom.
I mean, I think they're trying to reach out to our majority fan base. If anybody knows or follows who's been to a game, they understand what that means. But I've had parents tell me that I'm not bringing my daughter to a WNBA game. Have you seen the type of people who are at WNBA games, who are at college games? And we need, like, I love kids. Like, I want little girls and little boys at our games. Our games are so fun. They're probably some of the most...
That's why you have to promote all sides. You have to make it a family-friendly league. Because we are in a day and age where there has been progress in terms of LGBTQ being more accepted within society. But there's still a long way to go with that. So you can't just promote... It's just... They are dropping the ball with the WNBA, man. Like, and everyone's like, oh, well, the NBA subsidizes it. Well, the NBA is dropping the fucking ball. That's why they keep subsidizing it. But let's keep going.
Kid-friendly environments ever. Honestly, our fans are great. Not super obnoxious. Like, but I've had multiple conversations with people. Like, okay, I'm Lexi. Oh, what do you do? I play in WNBA. Oh my gosh. You play in the WNBA? What's that like? Isn't everybody gay? I have to look at them and I'm like, that really has nothing to do with anything, honestly. I mean, and like Angel said, we are one of the only leagues characterized by the sexuality of our
It's true. It's true. Because when you look on the Dumbay page, they just put a picture. You saw they had two women who got married who play in the league together. But so I know somebody else just got married to a man. They didn't promote that though. Right. Promote everything. Don't just pick the one. That's what I'm saying. Don't pick the one subject and feed into what everybody's already kind of like knocking us for. Promote all the individual characteristic types. You know what I mean?
I'm with Angel. Like, I think it has to be a nice balance, right? So show, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here's what I will say. I don't know of any, maybe.
Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I don't know of any, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know of any.
My thing is, that's it. That's all. There has to be a balance. If there are different type of women in the NBA, you want to highlight that because you want to attract all of your fans. And if you're only targeting one community, which that community is at a disadvantage still, and it has a long way to go until they are just more so widely accepted by society. Like, why are you only promoting that aspect of it? Like, I just, it makes no sense to me logically. And everyone always wants to say from a business standpoint. From a business standpoint, that's stupid.
The other league that I think JJ Watt either got married or engaged. But the Texans didn't put a picture of him and his fiance on their front page.
Devil's advocate, jump in just to play devil's advocate because I understand and appreciate the sentiments being shared here, Angel. I definitely know that there were complaints before that the league was only pushing the married couples, the moms.
I hate her as a devil's advocate.
They were trying to tell those stories, and that there was almost a sense the league was hiding from a piece of its identity because there does exist gay women, lesbians in the league, and also a fan base that has gay and lesbian LGBTQ plus
Are you LGBTQ plus? Because it sounds like you're playing more than devil's advocate to me. But anyways, I get her point, and that's why I mentioned too, you have to think about the times that we're in. And that's why they just said here, that's where there needs to be balance. Girl, are you listening? Nobody's saying don't promote this one, don't promote that one. But clearly when it comes to women, the LGBTQ thing is more acceptable amongst women. So it's the league has no problem promoting it amongst women. Fine. But damn, can you promote biological women and what they got going on too? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, women have children. How do you think the women that are on the court got here? Like, what are we talking about?
People within the fan base, and there was almost a feeling of, is the league hiding from that? So the response might have been, let's show we're proud and also more inclusive. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So, this is how this kind of came about.
Right. We're not knocking that. But we're just saying, don't just show one entity. Show every entity.
Like, is she not listening? That you talking about playing devil's advocate? That's all. Like,
you know what I mean? If you're gonna just show two people get married, show this player that got married too. Show her kids. One of my teammates, Darica Canby, has a 3-year-old daughter. Show her. Show pictures of that stuff. That stuff is not easy being a parent. And I'm just saying, show all entities. It's like we just pointed at one, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Lexi, you kind of touched on it earlier, was what people say about, I'm not taking my daughter to a WNBA game. I have heard, and I know we've all heard this, and I get so angry when I hear it, that I wouldn't want my daughter to play basketball because she's going to turn into a lesbian. And it's kind of something that people say, but it's whispered. So I want to bring it up right here.
Not true. Like I said, I play ball. I'm strictly dickly.
Can y'all talk on that? Like, what's the validity of that statement?
First of all, a sport cannot, and let me not be so cliche with it, people in the sport cannot turn you out, or that's your personal decision.
Period. Literally, it is, because I know people who have started out straight. Like I said, when we got into high school, coming from middle school and stuff, you don't see that. So when you get into high school and you are a freshman, you got juniors and seniors, you fresh meat, and you on a basketball team, and you, trust me, I got stories. So I know what she finna say.
Nobody can make you put a gun in your head and make you do anything you don't want to do or change your sexuality. That is your decision.
I just feel like they can have an influence over you, though. You're around something, you're seeing it, you're influenced by it. Like, it ain't like nobody made you. Maybe somebody might have hit on you or whatnot, but like she said, ain't nobody putting no gun to your head. And if you feel like you're in a situation that you're uncomfortable in, you would get out of it. So, again, back to her point.
And if you go play soccer, if you go play softball, if you go play tennis, there are going to be people of all kind of sexualities. It's everywhere.
No, I'm laughing because I've heard that too, and I think it's the same way. I feel like by taking your daughter to watch a WNBA game does not make your daughter gay. But I see stuff on social media where parents are posting pictures with their child.
It's that influence that they're talking about. It doesn't make you gay. You don't want your daughter or your child exposed to that because of that influence.
Doing the George Floyd challenge. To me, that's a problem. Do you know what I mean? So you're okay with your child growing up to be a racist, but you wouldn't be okay with your child being gay if that happened.
Hello.
Like, that's one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard somebody say. Is I don't want to walk my daughter into a WNBA gym.
Well, all right. That's that on that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Ultimately, I feel like sexuality is an issue within the WNBA. We've had stories come up recently with Skyler Diggins with the Phoenix Mercury not allowing her to use their practice facilities while on maternity leave. I came across a video today where the guy was like, well, you're on maternity leave. Why would they let you use the facility? Like, are you fucking slow? That's just like an NBA player tearing their ACL and they're out. They can't play for a certain amount of time, but during their recovery and during trying to get themselves back to where they were post injury or pre-injury or pre-birth, they can't use the facility. Like, damn, am I not in the league? Like, what? Think about how that it sounds as a woman in the WNBA going on maternity leave and not being able to use your team's, equipment and facility to get yourself back on track. Like, what the fuck, to go back to work? Like, are you dumb? Like, child, listen. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments section below. I'll leave off by saying our girl Caitlin Clark, she's heterosexual. So when Caitlin Clark decides to have a baby, how is that going to play out for her? Because she's heterosexual. I don't see her. She's in a relationship. Angel Reese, heterosexual. Like, these women coming in are straight women. So how do you guys think this is going to impact them? Or do you think that the league is going to try and now more so show both sides or show all sides of the sexuality within the WNBA because of this new generation that is of WNBA players that's coming in? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, keep in mind and keep it cute. I'm out of here. Deuces.